This is From Destruction to Dignity with Janice Pons. Each week, Janice shares her wisdom to enlighten, educate, and advance the culture in America today. Janice Pons is a mother, author, and free thinker, and your host for our podcast this evening. Now let's join your host, Janice Pons.
Greetings, greetings, greetings. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Janice Pons. I'm the host on this podcast, From Destruction to Dignity, Clinical Perspectives, Spiritual Truths. Tonight, we're going to continue our journey as we, the people who have been flowing together as one, forming a more perfect union. That's what that means. Regarding our nation, learning how it's structured, how it's supposed to work. Our flag is our great symbol behind us, and our presidential seal is to remind us to pray for the president of this nation. We're going to continue praying for the 265,900,000 Americans who were identified as living paycheck to paycheck, barely making ends meet. That was 78% of working Americans were in that position last year. It was hard, but we're hoping things are getting better. Last year, about 80% of Americans said we're going in the wrong direction. We want to do something different, and we're doing something different. We have a new president. We have a new cabinet. We have a GOP trifecta. And our country is in a position of, it's like a lot of changes going on. And so under this new leadership, a lot of people are discussing a lot of things in our nation. And one of those things is, who can we trust? Who can we trust? They don't trust Trump. People don't trust the Democrats. They don't trust the Republicans. We don't trust each other. Who can we trust? And from a clinical perspective, we're going to look at the power of honesty, because trust and honesty go hand in hand. The truth is long overdue. More and more, we're realizing that we've been lied to as a nation. The more that is being revealed through Doge, the deeper it gets. So much is being revealed. It's about time. The access to payment systems is going to bust things wide open to another level. It's long overdue. We've been totally in the dark, and all this billions and billions of dollars. We've been exploited, guys. We've been exploited. So this USAID, which stands for the United States Agency for International Development, which is a government agency responsible for administering civilian foreign aid. Remember that, civilian foreign aid and development assistance to countries in need. Its focus is supposed to be on humanitarian efforts, including disaster relief, poverty alleviation, and health programs. Remember that. Disaster relief, poverty alleviation, and health programs. Our taxpayer dollars, that's what we were contributing towards. That's what it was supposed to be. So the key word is, it's supposed to be. Now, here's the question. What has been the previous focus of USAID? What have we, the people, been actually paying for? Upon examination of previous records, employees from the U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID, have donated almost entirely to one political party. You know, you can work somewhere and you say, well, I'm going to donate. You make donations. Now, for that particular government agency, the majority of the donations was to Democrats, pretty much entirely. Okay, great observation. USAID staff made $406,790 in political contributions in the 2024 election cycle, according to data collected on Open Secrets. While $241,079, more than half of the total, went to Kamala Harris for president. How much do you think went to Donald Trump? Only $999, which is a quarter of 8%. 97% overall, a bit over $377,000 went to Democrats, but only $12,704 went to Republicans. Interesting. USAID money is for our national interest only. President Trump has stated that USAID and its $50 billion annual budget were run by, and as he put it, radical left lunatics who went crazy during the Biden administration, the Biden-Harris cabal, and gave money to people that shouldn't be getting it. Elon Musk stated that the agency was beyond repair. As my mama said, I'm just telling you what they told me. He said it's beyond repair. Now, the White House released more projects that we paid for with USAID, the wasteful, unaccountable government agency that's been dismantled by Doge and Elon Musk. He had to stop it. It was so asinine, so out of control. Now, as evidenced by what? My clinical mind goes, as evidenced by what, Janice? Let's look at where our tax dollars went in terms of USAID. $7.9 million to teach Sri Lankan journalists how to avoid binary gendered language. $20 million for a new Sesame Street show in Iraq. 4.5 plus million to combat disinformation in Kazakhstan. 1.5 million for art for inclusion of people with disabilities. $2 million for sex changes and LGBTQ activism in Guatemala. $6 million to transform digital spaces to reflect feminist democratic principles. $2.1 million to help the BBC value the diversity of Libyan society. $10 million worth of U.S. aid funded meals, which went to Al-Qaeda terror groups, an Al-Qaeda terror group. $25 million to promote green transportation in the country of Georgia. $2.5 million to promote inclusion in Vietnam. $16.8 million for a separate inclusion group in Vietnam. $5 million to Eco Health Alliance, one of the key NGOs funding bat virus research at the Wuhan lab. Wuhan, COVID-19. $20 million for a group related to a key player in the Russiagate impeachment hoax. $1.1 million to an Armenian LGBTQ group. Our money. $1.2 million to help the African Methodist Episcopal Church Service and Development Agency in Washington, D.C. build a state-of-the-art 440-seat auditorium. $1.5 million to promote LGBTQ advocacy in Jamaica. $2 million to promote LGBTQ equality through in entrepreneurship. To promote entrepreneurship in America. Okay. $500,000 to solve sectarian violence in Israel just 10 days before Hamas attacked Israel on October 7th. Hello. $2.3 million for artisanal and small-scale gold mining in the Amazon. $3.9 million for LGBT causes in the Western Balkans. Our taxpayer dollars, just finding out where it went. Did you know this? $5.5 million for LGBTQ activism in Uganda. $6 million for advancing LGBTQ issues in priority countries around the world. $6.3 million for men who have sex with men in South Africa. We gave them that much money. 8.3 million for them to address general issues of inclusion. For decades, USAID bureaucrats believe they were accountable to no one, but that era is over. President Trump is stopping the waste, the fraud, and the abuse. Honesty is a powerful quality that can help you build trust, form strong relationships, and achieve your goals. Something that is so glaring is the levels of total dishonesty regarding a balance in how our taxpayer dollars have been spent for civilian foreign aid and development assistance to countries in need. Guys, they lied. You see where our money was spent? You hear that list that I went through? Oh yeah. The focus is supposed to be on, we said it before, humanitarian efforts, including disaster relief, poverty alleviation, and health programs. The key word is supposed to be. It's supposed to be used for this. The focus is very clear. This is where you got to get intellectually honest, use logic and deductive reasoning, and just call a spade a spade. The focus has been on promoting a specific agenda related to sexuality, not disaster relief, poverty alleviation, and health programs. The dishonesty has been staggering. From a clinical perspective, we're going to examine the value of simply being honest. They have been totally dishonest with us. They have used us. What are the benefits of honesty? Honest people are seen as trustworthy, which can lead to healthy relationships. Are healthy relationships even important? Why is that important? Does honesty play a role in self-compassion? Can being honest help yourself, help you accept your imperfections and develop humility of where you are and where you can go? What about goal accuracy? Can being honest about your values and interests help you achieve your goals more accurately? What about stronger relationships? Can honesty help us to build stronger relationships with friends, family, and coworkers and our fellow Americans? What about integrity? Can honesty and integrity be eternal principles that can help shape our experience and destiny? What about honesty in action? Can being honest with ourselves help us to build relationships with ourselves and others? Yeah, relationship with yourself. Can being honest with others help build trust and just strengthen our relationships? Guys, woo! Relationships have been strained. I went through situations of being flat out abused, disrespected and abused, strained relationships. And you know what? I know how to set boundaries because I will take care of myself. And we have to learn how to do that, but we hold people accountable honestly. I'm not going to participate in your lies. So I'm going to say truth. Can being honest in communication, can it help create equitable learning systems? Can being honest in business help you build credibility and negotiate deals? Can honesty be a fundamental building block for trust and positive relationships? Is there power in being honest? When it comes down to things with maturity, honesty is a breath of fresh air. I love honest people. I'm honest. Anybody that knows me and is close to me is, boy, you sure are honest. Yeah. And we grow closer as a result of it. It deepens our connection with ourselves and others. Oh, yeah. See, I don't play those games. You come to the wrong sister, to the wrong American about game plan. I got business to take care of. There are people that need help. So I don't deal with intellectually dishonest people in my in my sphere of my private circle, if they are locked in on lying and being deceptive, you don't get access to me. Honesty is what makes people open up and be their true selves without any walls or barriers. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It allows us to be true to who we are. It allows us to show others who we really are and where we're going in life. Honesty is actually a strength. Honesty allows people to take responsibility for their feelings and behaviors, owning them and reaping benefits by doing so. What is the benefit of being honest, guys? One of the most significant benefits of honesty is the trust it builds. When you are truthful, people trust you more because they know that you will always give them the real story. Honesty can lead to stronger relationships with friends, families, and co-workers. But we should also, and more importantly, practice honesty because it pleases God. Think about it. God doesn't like dishonesty. As children of light, we should walk in the light of truthfulness and faithfulness. Proverbs 12:22 says that lying lips are detestable to the Lord, but faithful people are his delight. My God, I could preach right there. We were talking about being truthful a couple of weeks ago. God, I do not lie. When I see something steering a certain way, I say, hold on. Hold on. Let me put this whole thing out here on the table. You're not going to walk away and say, Janice Pons lied. No, you will not. Lying lips are detestable to the Lord, but faithful people are his delight. I want to be his delight. Oh, yeah. What have we looked at tonight? Who can we trust? Who can we trust? And our clinical perspective is the power of honesty. My God, we have been subjected to so much deception, so much lying in our nation. Our minds have been effectively and strategically stolen. That's mine was eaten up. It was eaten up at one point, and that's when God snatched me offline for a minute, had me to sit down, and he even had me to find history that was accurately told, and I wrote "Stealing the Minds of America." Oh yeah, a must for all truth seekers who vote. Stealing the Minds of America. And this book is on Amazon and it's still being ordered today because I've had people over and over tell me again it needs to be in the schools. I agree. I tell you, my mind was so eaten up with lies. There is, and I'll say it, and I'll say it, and I'll say it. Yes, I'll say it. There has been a specific target put on the backs of black Americans. It goes back to slavery. It goes back to 1619. It goes back to, my ancestors come from the Congo. It goes back to them selling us. And it was all about money and getting here and so forth and so on. And the whole debacle of lies and deception that went with the whole shebang. And it has set us up with the intergenerational trauma to be suspicious, to lie, it's just a mess. I could go on and on with clinical terms, but we already know. And so we don't trust each other. We don't trust the system. I'm not going down there to get therapy. I'm not going to get help. Them white people going to say I'm crazy. I'm like, I know a lot of white people that can help you, baby. They want the best for us. Everybody is not against us. Everybody's not racist, okay? They're just not. And I was taught that they were. And my little soul, when I was 8, 9, 10 years old, when Martin Luther King was alive, I just knew. I said, God, everybody can't be racist. All white people can't be bad. They just can't be. So I was being lied to, but that's what we were told. And I go back to North Carolina, and there are people that's still stuck in the 60s. Their minds have been effectively and strategically stolen. Mine was stolen, and I took it back. Stealing the minds of America. Yeah. And this whole thing about honesty. Who can we trust? Who's being honest? We have to find out history that's accurately told. I'm telling you, that's a huge part that helped to set me free. And I realized that the very ones who had lied to me were those that I had embraced and taken what they had said, hook, line, and sinker, and believed it and was acting on it. It was all based on a lie. Oh, yeah, based on a lie. And so once you realize history that's accurately told and find out the truth and realize that, as Jesus said in John 8:44, that Satan's the father of lies and the truth has never been in him, and find out that you'll know the truth and the truth shall set you free, and get it from a historical perspective, get it from a spiritual perspective, get it from an emotional, mental health perspective, you'll never be the same. And then you have to decide what you're going to do with it. And we've just been lied to as a nation, but the gig is up. And we've got people, let me tell you, I'm telling you, I'm so excited about where we're going. I felt that surge of love. I feel God's love surging often, and I just have to stop. Sometimes, yes, it's so good. Listen, we have been lied to over and over again, but it's a new day. We want to get you got to get intellectually honest. We're going somewhere. It's expecting us when we get there. Yes. We have to understand that we've been scapegoated. We've been the most scapegoated person in America is our president, the scapegoat. I started recording what was going on every time some event would unfold when he was in there the first time. And I just said, I would see what the news would say, and I would have seen what actually happened. And I was like, they're lying. The media has told y'all's mind up. That's what my 101-year-old mama said. Their mind is towed up. That's right. Towed up. Torn up. Lied to. Deceived. The most scapegoated person in America, Donald John Trump. The truth is coming out. The man is getting exonerated. Oh, yeah. You can get this on JanicePons.com. I love the man. You know why? I just saw what was happening. I saw the scapegoating, and I made a decision. You know what? I didn't even like him at first. I said, God said, you got to pray for him. I'm not praying for that man. I'm not praying for him. He said, yes, you are. And I began to pay attention. And I've been amazed at what I found out. And I decided I'd give him a fair shake. And the more I learned, the more I was blessed to go to Mar-a-Lago, to his home in Florida. In February, just, oh, wow, just amazing that he would even allow us to have access to his home. It was a fundraiser related to our veterans. I'm all the way in about veterans. I'm a Blue Star mom, love it. So listen, God is good. We're going somewhere. It's expecting us when we get there. Yes, we're going somewhere. I'll take you there. And you know how I'm going to take you there? I'm going to get on here and talk about these truthful facts. History that's accurately told. Clinical perspective, spiritual truths. From destruction, there are destructive patterns that have gone on in our nation. And what I do on here is God has given me the ability, I'm a researcher, how to look at those destructive patterns and how we want to go from destruction to dignity. That's what I've been called to and have been very effective at it. A substance abuse treatment program that I started years ago, and I moved on to other things, but it was a 30-day treatment program, and God told me exactly what needed to happen there. And 87% of the people were clean and sober and gainfully employed 6 months later. To God be the glory. I'm just so honored. I love working with alcoholics and addicts. And I also love working with people that are dealing with mental health challenges and people that have traumatic brain injuries. That's professionally what I do. But most of all, I'm a woman of God, and I'm a proud American. I'm a proud American. So we're going to keep going there. Keep coming back. Listen, I appreciate you coming. Thank you for sharing the podcast. I'm amazed at the growth of it, 1,200% growth last year. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so humbled. That just blessed me, blew me away when I realized that it motivated me to keep doing this. I was like, well, should I keep doing this? And I think it's like, yeah, you need to keep doing this because there's a lot going on. We're going somewhere, and it's expecting us when we get there. Oh, yeah, I know a place. Ain't nobody crying. Dum, 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 dum. Ain't nobody worried. Listen, the more we learn, we're gonna that yoke of worrying and distrust and dishonest, it's gonna break. It's gonna break. You know why? Because truth is gonna it's gonna prevail. I'm excited. I am working with some people. It is going to be stellar where we're going. I'll take you there. Come on and go with us. Listen, I will see you next week. God bless you. I love you. I really do. I love my fellow Americans. I am looking forward to where we're going because we're going somewhere. It's expecting us when we get there. I'll see you next week. Good night.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of From Destruction to Dignity with Janice Pons. Janice's mission is to provoke thought, bring awareness, and point people towards intervention when needed. As a reminder, this show is not therapy, but for educational purposes only. For more information, check out JanicePons.com or follow her on social media.
We are one power, strength is ours, liberty, been set free, education, affirmation, dedication, information, revelation.